Inflation is one of the most significant threats to your retirement savings, and yet it often doesn't get the attention it deserves when planning for the future. The reality is, inflation impacts everything, from your day to day expenses to the long term purchasing power of your nest egg. But how much are you really factoring inflation into your retirement planning? In this video, we're going to dive deep into why inflation should be a top priority when planning for your retirement and why gold IRAs are quickly becoming a go to option for American retirees like yourself. First, let's talk about how inflation affects your savings. It may seem like a small issue now, but the rate of inflation over the course of a few decades can drastically erode the value of your retirement funds. For example, if inflation averages just 3% annually, something that costs you $1,000 today will cost you $2,000 in 25 years. If your retirement savings aren't growing at a rate that outpaces inflation, you might find yourself with less purchasing power as the years go on. Now, let me ask you, how confident are you that your investments are keeping up with inflation? Most people think traditional investments like stocks and bonds will be enough to secure their retirement. But with inflation creeping higher, that's no longer a guarantee. That's why gold IRAs have become a key strategy for those looking to protect their wealth. Gold has been a trusted store of value for thousands of years, especially during times of economic uncertainty. Unlike cash or bonds, gold isn't affected by inflation the same way. When inflation rises, the value of gold tends to increase, making it a solid hedge against the erosion of your purchasing power. So, if you're serious about protecting your wealth in the next 2 weeks, click the first link in the description to get your free gold IRA guide. Thousands of Americans are choosing gold IRAs to shield their savings from inflation, and it could be the right move for you too. But let's break this down further. Retirement savings can be impacted by inflation in multiple ways. One of the biggest risks is that your investments may not be growing fast enough to outpace inflation. This is especially true if you're relying heavily on traditional stocks or fixed income investments. These assets might offer modest returns, but over the long term, they could be losing value in real terms due to inflation. That's why diversification is key. But diversification doesn't just mean spreading your investments across stocks and bonds. It's about adding assets that specifically protect against inflation. And that's where gold IRAs come in. Unlike stocks or bonds, gold doesn't rely on the performance of the economy or interest rates. It's a tangible asset with a proven track record of holding its value over time. By incorporating gold into your portfolio, you can ensure that your retirement savings remain intact, even when inflation is high. Now, you might be wondering, what about other inflation-protected assets, like Treasury inflation-protected securities, TIPS, or real estate? While these can offer some protection, they aren't as reliable as gold. TIPS can be volatile and are still subject to interest rate risks. Real estate, on the other hand, requires management and can be illiquid, especially if you need to tap into your funds quickly. Gold, however, is liquid, easy to access, and historically performs well during times of economic uncertainty. That's why it's becoming such a popular choice for retirees who want to preserve their wealth in the face of inflation. So, let's summarize why inflation should be a top priority when planning for retirement. Inflation diminishes the value of your savings over time, and traditional investment options may not be enough to protect you. A gold IRA offers a simple, effective solution to hedge against inflation while preserving your wealth for the long term. If you're serious about protecting your wealth, especially if you have 100K or more in your IRA or 401K, or even 5M plus in savings, a gold IRA might be the right move for you. Click the first link in the description to get your free guide and learn how thousands of retirees are securing their financial future. Don't let inflation catch you off guard. Act now and make sure your retirement stays safe, no matter what the future holds.